It's devastated. The surge from the hurricane came through. I was staying in a condominium on the Gulf, and the surge through our area, through our units, was about 9 feet. We had glass windows, slider windows on the Gulf that were rated for 150 miles an hour. So I have to tell you, I felt fairly safe going into this. But when the glass blew out and started shattering inside, when the second set of slider windows, that was the second barrier inside from the lanai, when those blew out, I realized this was a problem. It initially had seemed like just a storm of strong winds and a lot of rain. But when the glass sliders blew out, it changed the whole thing. Destruction was water and wind inside. There are 30 units in our complex, 22 suffered the same fate. Before the storm hit, one of the biggest concerns day before it hit by city government was that if the winds reached 45 miles an hour of sustained speed, they would have to close down the causeway and not allow anybody across until the storm passed and they could reopen it. So it turned out the storm closed the causeway. It was much bigger than we had anticipated. So I think it would have been a different decision had we known. Originally was headed more toward Tampa. We thought we'd have some high winds and some rain and maybe a few trees down and some power lines down. And then it kept edging further south down the coast. And by the time you fully realize that you're going to be right in the middle of it, it's too late to evacuate. Early warnings are something that people should heed. It will rebuild. It won't happen immediately. I think it will probably happen faster than most people might think, but it will need a complete rebuild. Electric grid, water systems. It's going to take a lot of work, but it will come back. I have no doubt about that. It's that kind of a community.